This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today we're going to take a look at the new Samsung Reality for Verizon Wireless. Take a quick look at the box. It just says Reality on the side. Normal sticker up here. Package contains list. You got the Samsung Reality phone itself, one battery, wall USB charger, and of course product safety and warranty guide, as well as the quick reference guide. Not too much to see on the bottom except a couple of logos for certifications like Bluetooth and micro SD. On the back you can see a picture of the device opened up. But instead, let's open up the box and see what it looks like for real. Here's the phone itself. Very nice looking slider. Set that aside for now and see if there's anything else of interest in the box. We've got the USB cable. You can see right here it's a micro USB connector on the end, which means it plugs into the phone with micro USB, and then this USB connector also plugs into the charger right here, or into a personal computer, of course. And here's the aforementioned user guide, warranty information, all that kind of stuff. None of this is particularly interesting. So I'm just going to peel off these protective covers and we'll take a look at the phone. Right off the bat you can see it has a really glossy and pretty cool looking rear cover. It's a 3 megapixel camera there, self-portrait mirror, there's no flash. Up front, minimal controls. It's a touch screen. It's a 400 by 240 pixel TFT. So it's not an AMOLED display, even though the device kind of looks like the Samsung Impression for AT&T. In terms of controls, we've got call end and call send, and then a dedicated button in the middle. It's probably going to call up a menu or something. We'll take a look at that once we power up the device. On the left-hand edge here, we've got the micro USB port, volume control, and a lock-unlock button. Up top is the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right hand edge we have the covered micro SD memory card slot. Looks like a weird two-function button for maybe controlling speakerphone and voice dialing. It's odd that they're attached. And then of course here's the camera shutter button for activating video or camera functions. Not much to see on the bottom. Flip the device open, you can see we have a 4-row QWERTY keyboard. One row is dedicated to numbers up at the top, which means that you have the space bar in between the letter V and the letter B. It messes up the layout a bit, but most people will adapt to it fairly short amount of time. Dedicated number keys right here in lieu of a D-pad. You can see the OK in the middle and then up, down, left, and right. Oddly, there's a similarly colored group of 5 keys right over here. A, W, S, D, and Z. I'm not sure exactly what that does, if it's just for aesthetic purposes or if it actually does something, maybe for gaming functions would be my guess. With the device opened up, you can see the back at the top panel. There's no design or no logo or anything like that on there. You can see a couple of helix screws here for putting the device together. So let's try powering it up and see what we get out of it. Battery in the device is supposed to be good for 5 hours of talk time or 300 hours of standby time. See the Verizon wireless logo. Reality is finished booting now, so I'm going to hold down the lock button. You see it unlocks the screen. It's asking us if we want to go through the personalization routine. I'm going to say no, and we'll deal with that later. So here we are at the home screen. You can see it's a TouchWiz device. We've got the widget panel. You just drag widgets on and off the tray. Also, as you can see, multiple home screens. Along the bottom of the touch screen we have some shortcut buttons, dialer, contacts, messaging, and of course the main menu. Center button here isn't a generic back button. What it does is just takes you to the home screen. One thing that's interesting though that I haven't seen on TouchWiz devices before is the animated wallpaper. I'll just drag something out here, get rid of the tray, and you should see waves come in. It's not particularly good animation, but it's more than I've seen on other TouchWiz devices. And since it suits the format of the video better, I'm going to switch to landscape mode here before I pull up the web browser. You can see we've got a relatively weak 3G connection here. The home page is loaded now, and you can see it scrolls around quite well. This looks like a mobile formatted version of the site. It's not rendering all that cleanly. You can see a lot of rough edges. It looks like it's zoomed out partially or something like that, or zoomed in partially even, I'm not even sure. Although it does seem to fit the screen. Appears to be kinetic scrolling, as you can see. I'm going to tap this button here to get back to the full screen mode. Can control zooming by grabbing the screen and then moving up and down with the thumb. Let's go to a different page. Try that again. This is making me feel a little stupid, but I can't figure out how to enter in a URL. You tap that to bring up the access buttons and stuff like that, and whenever you tap directly on the URL box, it seems to load that URL, which is not the thing I'm looking for here. And you go through the menu, it doesn't appear to be anything that allows you to enter in a URL. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to do this. On top of the fact that half of these Verizon pages aren't working, I can go to the home page and that's about it. Everything else seems to be pulling up errors, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going to jump into the main menu. You see what we've got here: messaging, normal things like contacts, call log, music, browser, which we've already seen in the browser, settings, and tools. If I go into settings, you can see we've got a little bit of kinetic scrolling here. There's also some vibration haptic feedback as it scrolls up and down. Similar things I've seen with other Samsung devices. Also notice that this button does seem to act as a proper back button. Just acts a little odd, I guess, at times once you're already at the home screen or something like that. In any case, we'll go into text messaging and take a look at the editor here. You can see it's kind of cool looking. It looks like a little tablet of paper. Just put in your phone number. Tap down here and then type the message. And then hit send. And we should get notice back from Verizon in a couple of seconds about that being an invalid number. And there it is. I can hit view now, pull up the message, take a look at it. And we're back to the home screen again. Let's take a look at the calendar application. Change views. See what kind of email support we have. You see we've got visual voicemail, mobile IM. Let's take a look at that quickly, see which clients are supported. So it looks like it's a typical AIM, Windows Live Messaging, and Yahoo. And like most Verizon feature phones of late, you've got access to mobile webmail, regular mobile email, and corporate email, which is an exchange. The mobile email and corporate email require an additional monthly fee, though. VZ Navigator is included.
VZ Navigator, a powerful and
Here you can see that the VZ Navigator requires a subscription. You can use it for one day for $3, or you can get a monthly subscription for $9, or $9.99 rather, per month. This will download and install the application. It's not pre-installed right off the bat. And now that the application's been installed and it's downloaded updated images and voices, we're ready to go. Like most versions of VZ Navigator we've seen recently, it has a speech-to-text functionality for searching. So I'm just going to hold down the send button here. Dairy Queen. And hopefully it's going to understand that I said Dairy Queen. It's going to find the local Dairy Queen. There it is. and it found it. It's a few miles down the road. Get additional information, view a map, or call the phone number associated with it. In general, VZ Navigator works really, really well for a feature phone navigation system. Take a quick look at the contacts application. See, again, it has kinetic scrolling. There's only the test default contacts that come with the phone here. You can see you can just tap a single button to place a phone call.
Please enter your password, then press pound.
And once you're in a call, you have on-screen buttons for handling mute functions,
Please enter your password,
or
then
of
press
course
pound.
ending the call itself. I'm going to activate the camera with a quick press of the shutter button. If you long press the shutter button, it activates the video camera instead. I'll take a quick picture here. There's no autofocus, so you just point and shoot, press the button quickly. Now you have to actually manually press save here to get the photo to be saved. You just hit back, you end up basically erasing it. So always have to remember to hit save here, which is a bit odd. But once we've done that, we can go through and look at the image. See if there's any swipe controls. Yeah, go through and look at other images in the phone. Pull up the camcorder quickly by long pressing the button. And we're recording. Let's just move it around a bit. And tap on the screen to play it, hopefully. So that's a very quick look at the new Samsung Reality for Verizon Wireless. It will be available starting April 22nd for $79.99 after a $50 rebate. It's a pretty decent little feature phone. Obviously I'm having some problems with the browser right now. I imagine that's just due to the fact that the phone isn't available yet. We'll have to see in a day's time. So, in any case, again, that's the Samsung Reality for Verizon Wireless. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.